Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most awesome videos. In front of us we have the Prunus. This is J-985. It's an AM/FM stereo headset radio. Got this off Amazon for a total of $15.99 minus a 15% off coupon. It brought the price down to around $13.50. Not a bad deal for a headset radio with FM stereo. I'm liking that. So it comes in a cool box. Here you go. Got a little window so you can see the radio. They kind of upped their game on packaging. I like that. Listen to much differences with stereo and super reception of the J-985. Sweet. Okay, let's see what the back says. Close and personal. Light as a lighter. It is easy to carry anywhere. You'll never be disappointed about every station as it sounds like an elf singer. Slide it into your pocket. It's time to enjoy your exclusive time. Okay, exclusive time. Loving that. Okay, so there's your frequency ranges. All right, cool. Weighs 40 grams. Nice. Manufacturing. There you go. All the fun stuff. All right. So let's do a little movie magic. I'll unbox this instantly. Over here. Here we are unboxed. Comes in a white plastic tray. And we get a little instruction manual. Nice. So let's go ahead and see what we get here. A pair of headphones. We pop this out of the tray. Toss this aside. Okay, so let's look at what we get. We get a pair of headphones. These are actually pretty nice. I was using them. I usually don't use the ones that are included with radios. They tend not to impress me much. But these are okay. Kind of got a rigid wire to them. Some people might like that. Kind of like a Kevlar wire. These have like rubber cups. So it's comfortable in my ears. That was nice. Just the right size for me. May not be for you, but definitely a nice set of headphones. Cool. Good to get those. Got a little manual here. I don't even know why they include it, but mainly for your safety so you don't blast your eardrums. But we'll just kind of open it up and show you what it says. Thank you for purchasing the Prunus J-985. All right, so you got quite a bit of large headings there for a simple radio. It is pretty basic, and we'll go over everything. But in case I miss something, which I don't think I will, on such a small radio, but if I do, there you are for posterity in English. This manual is multilingual. There's after sales service. There is US QR code, Canada, and UK. All right. And their email address. And then here's their other languages. So, all right, that's done with the manual. Let's get to the radio. Okay, it's going to kind of lay funny because, yeah, it's got a belt clip on the back. So I think let's lower this down a little bit. Let's go over dimensions, and then we'll do some comparisons. Okay, so we got a length here of 3.5 inches. We got a width of 1 3/4 inches. We got a thickness of 7/8 of an inch, including the bell clip. I love this bell clip, by the way. It's in metal. Nice. So they upped their game on their new model. So let's compare it to their other radios. So they had this one for a while. This is the J-982. Now, I haven't got around to reviewing this. I had the video made. I just haven't released it, So I've reviewed it. I've tested it. So there's some major differences. Probably should just tell you those real quick. If you're looking at both radios. The Prunus 982 is smaller and thinner and more pocket friendly. If you notice, no belt clip, everything's rounded. I do like that. This is rounded, but it's got the belt clip that doesn't look removable. You might be able to knock that out. But yeah, it's a thicker radio. And this is definitely more pocket friendly. This has a bass boost switch, which the new 985 does not have. So I kind of missed that. I think it has bass boost. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Power on, bass boost. This just has your band select and power on top. Another big difference is the band. Now, this AM band says 530 to 1600. This one's 530 to 1710. So they expand the AM band, which is nice. So it's good to see that. As far as reception goes, they're identical. AM and FM. And we'll talk about that with this radio. All right. So, and then, well, I'll just leave that out. And then its competitor, which is getting harder to find, actually. It's Retekess TR107. It's a great radio. It just doesn't The one thing I don't like about this one is this bass boost distorts the audio for some reason. So that's one I don't like. It does have the expanded AM band, but if you get this cheap, it's not a bad radio either. So there's that. Okay, and for size comparison, I'm going to bring out one of my favorite headset radios. Here we are, the Sony SR-F49. Yep. If you're looking for a quiet analog experience, this is the one to go with. I'll explain as we go here. It has a belt clip, but as you can see, it's much larger, twice the size. So Prunus does get the size recommendation. Okay, and if you notice, it does have a power LED, which I forgot to mention. The other radios do not have that. Okay, and then my normal suspects, CC Pocket, and we have CC Skyway, which I don't know why I would bring that out to show you. It's quite the big difference. Okay, and then of course, last but not least, we have a deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loved Prunus radios from China land. He's Iron Man. Spin it now. Iron Man. There you go. So you get an idea how big this thing is. Now it is a fingerprint magnet. It's going to bug the heck out of me, but if there's fingerprints on it, that's just because it loves to pick them up. It's a high gloss front. So yeah, let's go over features of the J-985. Left-hand side, just smooth plastics. Part of the battery door there. Top of the radio, you got the headphone jack, and you got your on-off switch. Headphone experience. Okay, this is got to tell you, I always tell you about the headphone experience. It's important, especially with a headset radio. What I noticed is moderate hiss at low volume. Now the 982 had the same problem. If you like to tune in a quiet location and you want a DX on AM, you're not going to want this radio. You're going to want this radio. You're going to want to try to track down one of these SRF models, 59, 49, 39, whatever flavor you like. These are great analog radios on the AM band, low volume with the headset. But if you're just looking to carry a radio, small, micro-sized, and it doesn't bother you, the little hiss, then because you're outside, because of the wind, and you've got the volume turned up, you'll never notice it. So just want to let you know. It does have it. It is annoying on AM band when you're in a quiet room. I noticed it, and it was bugging me. But it is there if you're into quiet listening. You're going to notice it. FM, moderate lows, strong mids, strong highs. When you're in FM stereo, I noticed that this radio adds bass boost. So since they don't have the switch, when you're on FM, if you put it on FM, usually that just means no stereo and better reception. And in FM stereo, you just get the same sound with the stereo separation. But this radio, you get a really high tinny sound on FM, and once you click it over to FM stereo, you get this nice deep bass sound. So even if it's not in stereo, you're getting a bass boost. So that's how they did that. They add the bass boost all in one there in the FM stereo. I mentioned that. On AM, the headphone experience is a flat neutral tone, good for talk radio. So simple as that. Okay, I showed you on-off switch, right-hand side tuning knob, volume control, and our, of course, band select switch I was showing you, AM, FM, FM stereo. On the front, Prunus model number. If you notice, this power and this bright red LED comes on. I actually like that on a headset radio, so you know it's on. Like these radios here, I mean, any of these without the LEDs, you turn them on and you leave them on, and you got a dead battery in a day or two. You forgot that you left it on. It's kind of annoying. This here, you lay it down, you know it's on. The red light's not. Yeah, it's like, hello, I'm on. So you're not going to miss that. The scale, as you can see, FM on the left, 87 to 108, AM on the right, 530 to 1710. So there's that. Let's do a little FM reception report. Then we're going to plug this in and do a little FM band scan and an AM band scan and show you kind of what this radio does. So the FM experience, what can you expect? Well, an average analog radio, such as this on FM, this one might be a little bit above average though, but the average one scores about an okay to good rating. I do it in 5 tiers. I think you guys know this by now, but those who don't, fair, okay, good, very good, excellent, 5 stars. So I rate my FM. AM, I do it just a little differently, very basic on AM, but FM, I do like to go through the entire band, checking what I can find. It's pretty regimental. It's easy to make sure I can test them equally. So this radios we get okay to good, about 48 to 50 stations found. These DSP radios, this is digital signal processor. Even though it has an analog scale, there's a digital chip inside. This one here is an analog experience, all analog. There's no digital signal processing happening here. This is all analog, even though it may be all on an IC chip, it's not digital. So something to think about if you don't like the digital signal. It's great for FM and FM stereo because it locks in the stations nicely once you find them on the DSPs. So this one scores 64 stations found, and that's a solid 3-star rating. Good. So above average than this on FM. That's sensitivity. Now with the selectivity, it's also good. I was able to find nice weak stations next to strong stations with this radio, and I was pretty impressed by that. So it gets an overall 3-star rating on FM. So we're going to go ahead and plug this in, and we're going to go through the band and hear what we can hear. All right, so I got a little GPX radio behind me using it as an external speaker source. And I'm just going to move some of this packaging off to the side so I don't make a bunch of noise. And we are going to plug this in and hear what we can hear tonight. Yeah, I like these little radios. They're fun. I get that in there. All right, cool. So we'll turn this on. Nice bright light will appear. Turn on my external speaker. Okay, so the hiss is from this radio. When the volume's off, it still hisses. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm bringing my radio up. That hissing, that's what you hear in the headphones. A little bit more pronounced in the headphones because I got them in both ears. Okay. So we are on the FM? Yeah. Good song, Can't Hover, of course, copyright stuff. I'm downstairs. I'm using the wire that's attached to the radio for the antenna. So we'll see how good this goes.
Gabriella came to see her. Gabriella crossed the square in her dark mourning clothes. Her face looked old, as if it was set in lines of grief and sorrow. She'd never come to Signora's rooms before. She knocked on the door as if she had been expected.
The miracle working power, and people would be standing back and fear that power until all the world worshiped the devil.
Took over, they beat Iceland 4-0 in Reykjavik. And really quickly in athletics, Burundi's Francine Niyonsaba beat Kenyan rival Helen Obiri.
I hear the wind.
And you just build upon.
And unwind if you're lost. Hello, and you can your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards.
Financial technology company. Banking services provided by Evolve Bank and Trust members FDIC.
And that's what we got and more. As Xfinity just introduced Gig-wide.
Just like you, with new exclusive stations by Odyssey.
Celebrate the women of today's country with Katie Neal's Leading Ladies. Crank up the music with...
But lately something's changed. It ain't hard to do.
Decent sounding. We're getting through the band scan. Cool.
Late, but you can always celebrate tomorrow morning. Why and forgive someone? Try and forgive someone.
Scale is somewhat accurate on the FM.
To the heart of the Father, let your breath.
Term regular rates apply.
In times of fear, World Vision is there for the most vulnerable.
We have various lanes closed with overnight construction until 5 tomorrow morning. Northbound side has some road work because roughly between the mile-long bridge and Ogden, but I'm not seeing any slowdowns on the northbound side. Reagan Veterans Memorial, West 53-390, all is well.
This is a 105.9. Okay, so the scale gets pretty off on towards the top here. 105.9 WBBM on 780, same as on FM. So I lifted my wire and got better reception.
The rest of the roadways northwest Indiana are calm and clear. This report is sponsored by Bellworks and Hoffman Estates.
Bad.
Welcome to the Metro.
We're almost done. We'll go to AM.
Roztargniony kierowca na drodze. Chwila nieuwagi w pracy. Przemęczony lekarz.
Okay, so that's the FM band scan. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and go to the AM band. So let's go ahead and put that down there. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? Let's do this here. FM. Let's show you a tone difference.
rodzinnych i wykroczeń w ruchu drogowym. 847 752 0506 847 752 0506.
Nie wiedziałem, że nauka języka angielskiego to taka frajda. Basia uczy się od początku lata na kursach Zrzeszenia Amerykańsko-Polskiego przez Zoom na laptopie, który...
Not working as well as I thought on the speaker here, but on headphones definitely is a difference on the tone control. You will notice it with headphones. Okay, so we're going to go AM band. We're going to go to the bottom. Now the daytime AM, now it's not fantastic. This is only good for local stations during the day. Like if you're in an urban area, you're going to love it. If you're in a rural area like myself, I'm only getting like 4 or 5 stations that I can easily listen to without any trouble. But if you're, okay, come on, light. If you're wanting to listen to faint stations or semi-locals, like my squirrel, you guys know I like the squirrel, I point it this way to try to get it. It's just, I think the antenna is so small in here, and yeah, you're just not getting much on the AM band. So let's go ahead and just see what we can find tonight. Turn it up. That's kind of what you can expect in the evening. I think this is 540 WKZ, excuse me, WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin.
Have you created your tax strategy or your tax plan for this year? Did your tax preparer help you save tens of thousands in taxes last year, or did you just write a big check? Do you feel that you are paying more than your fair share?
Programs that you qualify for in order to allow you a fresh start.
In John 8:36. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. And one way we can achieve that.
I think this is a strong local WIND 560.
And together, we can help achieve this goal by putting the IRS tax debt behind you for good. Again, that number is 1-800-TAX-1176.
First, we decide where we want to go. Then we need to know the best way to get there. Hi, my name's Adam Barada. I'm the owner of Advantage Gold. We're the highest rated precious metals firm in the country.
Okay, I think this is 620. I'm just going to double check.
How to own physical gold and silver.
There's current
we won the
time.
Best of TrustLink Award 4 years in a row because we educate our clients.
11:22 p.m. Central Daylight Time near Chicago, Illinois. I'm just going to see if this is 620. It sounds like it. Local station. Plug it in on the Skywave. Oh.
We'll send you a free gold kit along with my latest #1 national best-selling book, The Great Devaluation.
Okay, this is 560. Not sure what I had before. Okay, let's keep going.
The best process, best service, the best value. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000. Call 800-900-8000.
It's got little robotic tones to it once in a while here. Like I said, don't expect a DX machine here.
That's maybe his best looking hit here. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but that was solidly hit over the head of the shortstop. So he's on a first for plus and 1. 1-2 delivery and Wong sends the fence hit to right field. Come on, Freddie.
620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
2. So with 1 out, runners at second and third, Christian Yelich comes to the plate. Yep.
So on behalf of myself and all Opry members of past and present and future, Luke Combs, you are now the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry.
So
Being
typical.
inducted into the Opry by Joe Diffie and Vince Gill, 2 artists I grew up listening to.
Going the wrong way. Typically, like I said, on these stations that are a little further out, this is Nashville, Tennessee, 650 WSM, so it does pick them up. You'll notice it chopping in and out the signal. It's kind of annoying. So if it's not a strong local, you'll probably be upset even in the evening on AM. So just want to give you that. But you can at least get it if you need it.
Once, you haven't seen it all. It's a blast.
So if you got this as a backup radio, emergency radio, because it's real easy to carry, like in a little kit to yours, this will work out really nice for what it needs to do.
Get tickets and details now at Opry.
ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the...
I get so excited. You know the back of this radio has a metal bell clip I showed you? I forgot to show you that it runs on some batteries. 2 AAAs. Pretty basic. I'm sure you would have figured that out, but yeah, just remembered I didn't show that. It's got a simple little compartment, non-hinged door. There you go. In case I don't want to forget that. Let's keep going.
Fact is, Josh Allen is a bad dude. Sky's the limit, and it's like, whoa, can Josh Allen get better?
670 the score, WSCR, Chicago.
Buffalo Bills, I got them at 4. And number 3, I gave you the Green Bay Packers. This is an Aaron Rodgers.
Golden Age Hollywood moguls. Not just
And with Pentair, there's never, ever any sales pressure. So get it.
So we had a hint of 700 WLW there for a moment, then it kind of leached right into 720 WGN, local, Chicago.
73694-2529. 773-694-2529. This month you can save up to 600.
I won't disturb none of your people.
Zoomer Radio, CFZM, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. Nice.
Now tell me what's the matter with your baby.
5,000 Afghans in the U.S. Some independent estimates say the number of...
On reception. They won't do that. So
over 100,000. Figure 250,000.
So this is WSB 750 Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles. When I turn it, I get 760 WGR Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
Of course, libertarians will call us old fuddy-duddies or prudes or something like that. But if the Me Too movement has shown us anything, it's that I think the right has a much more serious, sensible view of things.
3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year...
Here's 780 WBBM, Chicago.
Can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aid.
Of the sun, if we could, we cut it in half. Let's take a look. There's many different layers of the sun, enough to get into it in too deep, time in this program. But I think it's so important. The core of the sun, this is so fast.
Here's 840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky. I think this is ground zero.
The temperature, now nobody can measure this, and I've always had a problem with this. How can they measure the temperature of the core of the sun? It's all done through theoretical things like mathematics.
It's just a bunch of choppy stations here. So we get a local.
2 outs and a hit given up by Chafin, and he's thrown 13 pitches. That's getting it done.
Well, at this point, he could be available tomorrow.
Yes.
I think it's 1100. Let's just double check. Ball game.
And while he wouldn't be credited with a save if he gets out of this, it feels like a save-type performance for sure.
What Bob Melvin would definitely say.
Olsen plays behind Gonzalez at first with the left-hand hitter.
Okay, the dial isn't that off. This is 1000 WMVP, Chicago.
Nothing in one on Brian Goodwin.
WHO.
The NFL is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official...
So we just caught that. That's 1040 WHO, Des Moines, Iowa. Its distance is 280 miles. That's pretty cool. That came in nice and clear.
Plus 73 for all customers.
To find out. Get back
Ben's workshop because he talks you through each of these exercises.
Yeah, he is very, very, very good. Lori, we're going to come back and take final calls next.
Okay, we got a coast-to-coast program. That's probably 1100 there. Let's just verify. Yep. So 1100 is WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles. So yeah, you can expect to pick up some decent reception between 300 to 500 miles. Not an issue.
With Certipro, Mike Snyder for Certipro Painters. They've done outstanding work for me.
Of September 11th, at the time of remembrance.
Here's KMOX 1120, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
He understood right away how this day was different from all others.
I knew this wasn't an accident. It was a beautiful, clear day. Planes don't fly into buildings.
Presents the After Hours Concert Series. The Certipro Medal event.
Or wherever you get your podcasts.
Fox News, I'm Carmen Roberts. Concerns rising ahead of a rally planned in Washington to show support for those who attacked the Capitol in January.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi has invited top congressional leaders from both parties to a security briefing with the chief of the U.S. Capitol Police about preparations for a rally on Saturday, September 18th. The planned Justice for J6 rally is expected to draw hundreds of people.
Fox's Jared Halpern and the Biden administration.
This is WHAM, Wham, Rochester, New York, 545 miles. Nice.
Northern city of Mazar-e Sharif. They have planes, but aren't permitted to take off.
From his cousin that they don't.
Okay.
I'm going to cruise up the band pretty quick. It's kind of a jumbled mess here, typically on the dial. We'll go all the way to the top, see if we can pick up anything.
21st major title. Live coverage continuing right now on ESPN and the ESPN app. Penguins captain Sidney Crosby will miss the start of the new season, expected to be out at least 6 weeks after surgery on his left wrist. World Cup qualifying, the U.S. men's national team comes from behind for a 4-1 win in Honduras. The Americans' first win after ties against Canada and El Salvador.
Coming up Thursday, I'll tell you why I think Jameis Winston is the right call to replace Drew Brees. All that and more coming up on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, Thursday morning on ESPN Radio.
So WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
Holden in Wisconsin, somewhere in Wisconsin. Hello, Holden.
Hi there.
I think this is 1540 KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles.
And a previous caller here.
Hear that music there going in and out. That's CHHA 1610, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles. We'll go to the top of the band. And that looks like that is where it ends. Oh, cool. We're picking up here 2 stations. I can hear it really good. You might not be able to, but KKLF, Richardson, Texas, 790 miles. The Hispanic music I heard. And then, of course, that person talking there in English was KBGG, 1700 Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. So cool. Turn it off. We'll do some final thoughts on this radio and call it a night there. So there it is. Yeah, a little pop. You will hear that in the headphones. So when you go to turn your radio off, just take the headphones off first so you don't get that little pop. That's annoying. I think they all do that though. I just want to make sure you know that. So the Prunus J-985, is it worth it? It's worth it around $13, definitely. Around 15, it's probably still a good backup radio. I do like this. I like the fact it has a metal belt clip. I do like the 2 AAA battery operation. It's going to run a long time. switch on and off on top is nice. Does it stand? It stands. That's pretty cool. I think the other ones stand too, though. Yeah, these other ones stand. Yeah, because they're all flat bottomed. Okay, just want to make sure. But there, yeah. So does it get a buy? Yeah, I mean, there's competition here. You know, like you want the older model. The older model you can get, I think, for the same price. It just depends on what you want. Again, if you want expanded AM band, you're going to get stations in the evening, like I showed you. Just expect during the day you're not going to get much. I didn't get much towards the top of the dial, just pretty much towards the bottom. I was getting stations. Similar with this 982. The printing is nicer on the 982. I do like the bigger numbers, and I like how there's how it's all kind of together. But there's more of a tuning dial, as you noticed here. It runs up almost the full length of the radio. If you notice, there's quite a bit of tuning area, which is handy to have. And if you notice, it also has a high visibility background. I used a silver plastic strip behind that indicator, so it's easier to read versus these other ones that use nothing but black plastics behind it. So they went a little step up to try to make that easier to see, that little indicator. So that's something to note for sure. So there it is, the 985 gets a maybe recommendation. So it's a one, do you need it? You know, I personally would pick up something bigger. This is me, the Sony, but these are more money, unfortunately. But if I had to choose out of the three here, I would probably pick the 982 because it has the bass boost separate. I do like having that control. I do like this radio. But if I was recommending to somebody that needed the AM band full scale, that brings you down to these two, I would recommend the Prunus over the Retekess because the Retekess gets distorted on bass boost. This does not. And it does make a difference on FM, let me tell you. All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a big like if you did. 2, if you like Prunus radios, subscribe, bell icon. 3, comment below what you think about the J-985. Is it for you? Let me know. All right, guys. Take care, and we'll see you in my next video.